This is the 2016 Longhorn Open Final. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me today on the mic is our tournament director, Sully Kaur. Welcome, Sully.
Thank you.
Sully.
Really glad to be here.
So today's match is number 1 Alex Cardona, who we have there in the white on the right side, against number 2 Jaime Martell. I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup. Jaime has been a consistent finalist here now for the last couple WRT events, so it's nice to see him in the finals of the Longhorn Open.
Yeah, Jaime's really been stepping up his game lately. I'm going to be really interested to see how he determines to handle Cardona at the start of this match.
Yeah, one thing that's always nice watching Martell too is he doesn't really seem to be intimidated by someone's reputation or their rank. You know, Jaime is number 6 on the WRT. Cardona is number 1 on the WRT. Alex Cardona winning Player of the Year, which means he ended in the number 1 spot, and he was a dominant force in 2015. Jaime Martell winning the Player Award for the Most Improved Player. And so he's a star on the rise too. So this will be a really exciting match, I believe.
Yeah, and both of these guys are incredible sportsmen. And I think what we're going to see is just really high-level racquetball played with excellent sportsmanship. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, this should be a great match. 2 great players, both representing from Mexico. Alex Cardona from Juarez, Mexico, and Jaime Martell from Chihuahua. And I think we're going to see Jaime hitting the floor a lot. He leaves a lot out there. He gives it up for every point.
Yeah, and he's almost on that ball. He would have had that ball. He's just slightly off of it. Give him a few minutes to work out those jitters, and we're going to see those gets being made in a few minutes.
Now, one thing that was interesting so far playing here on these courts, Cardona played his quarters and his semis here. Jaime played his semis here, and the drive serve has been giving players trouble, particularly Alex. So interesting to see how it'll fare in the finals now that he's kind of played on the court multiple times.
Hopefully he'll make that adjustment. I know he dialed it in for his semifinal match. It took him about the second game midway through to do it. Hopefully he can do that a little earlier this time. And that's pretty much what he was doing yesterday, just very, very short.
Z serve. We saw a lot of Z serving along with yesterday. Jaime Martell defeating number 60 Gerardo Guevara 10-10 in the semifinals last night to get here to the finals.
Wow, double fault on a lob serve.
Hate to see that.
I can't remember the last time I've seen that.
Maybe still getting some of those jitters out.
I think they're still needing a little to get out, yeah. I really like what Cardona's doing here. He's starting with a short serve, and his second serve is not going to the lob. He's going to a nice wide angle drive serve, applying a lot of pressure. Really smart. Oh. Beautiful cover by Cardona, getting the ball all Martell needed to do was just hit the front wall down the line. He didn't even need to have anything on that ball, and unfortunately puts it in the bottom board. Skip ball and loses a very easy point.
Ref for women's singles A.
Ooh.
Cardona with the classic pushing of the eye guards up before he sets up to take his easy flat roll off the back wall.
Right, like he could take a sip of his Powerade, push his
Right,
glasses
I've got
up.
time
Yeah.
here. I don't need to rush. I'm just going to casually take this shot and put it down. I like it.
It's that cool confidence. Martell displaying a little bit of a negative body language there. Let's see if he can keep his mental focus and put a stop to Cardona's points.
Yeah, you can't let Cardona get on a huge jump here. He's going to have to get in that box and start getting some points. There was the opportunity. Couldn't quite capitalize. He's not going to have very many opportunities where he's got a center court shot where he can easily pinch it the front right corner and win a rally. He's going to have to get these jitters out real quick. If he doesn't capitalize on those, this thing could be over in a hurry.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to take a good timeout, see if he can regain some composure out there. We'll be right back with more from the Longhorn Open. You're watching the WRT Live. We're back live at the 2016 Longhorn Open Finals, where Alex Cardona is starting to get under Jaime Martell's skin a little bit, forcing him to call that timeout. One thing that's always interesting, though, watching Jaime, I've seen him come back from a 14-point deficit, so anything can happen.
And that might be the start of it. And I'm hoping something like that happens because I want to see a really exciting match. And that's the funny thing about this sport and any other sport. Momentum can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And when it changes, you can't really feel it until it's almost over. And then before you know it, we've got a tie ball game.
The timeout, but I think we'll keep it right here.
Amen. have them
Talk a little
just
bit
make it out to
about
you.
the Longhorn Open, which started in 1995 by Sully yourself. All the proceeds and benefits of this event go to supporting UT Racquetball. And from my experience, this is my first time at the Longhorn Open, and I just have to say the volunteers do an outstanding job. Everything runs really smooth. The crowd looks like they're having a great time all weekend, so it's been a really great experience, and the WRT is happy to be a part of the first ever broadcast. So we
Yeah,
thank you for
the mood of the participants is really a testament to what we're doing here. And then on top of that, across the board, all divisions, level of play is exceptional.
All right, here we go. Jaime Martell ready to serve it up. Keep that high level of play going out here in the finals.
Another skip by Cardona. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, and you know, yesterday we saw a lot of unforced errors from both Jaime and Cardona, so it'll be interesting to see what they do in the finals.
He really wants to go big with that overhead shot. And he's going to hit one eventually, but if he doesn't hit one and continue skipping, it's going to get in his head and probably not put him in the right direction that he wants to be in. But I like the fact that he's going for it.
Right.
Nice down the line.
Now, Jaime Martell has made the last few finals with the WRT. He played against Andre Perea in the Monterrey Open, and he played against Alex Landa at the Alamo City Open last month. Ooh, kind of getting jammed up there in the back of the court.
Yeah, it looked like he hesitated just a bit. He wanted to take a little bit early. Body wasn't quite in the right position. Thought he had enough time to turn, take it off the back wall, and it just wasn't there. Nice, smooth, calm, collected shot.
Really controlling that center court, too.
That's really what I like about Cardona is he knows that all he has to do is hit the right shot, not the hard shot. Front court, he's got his opponent in back. All he has to do is get it low and soft, puts it down, easy point. Now that's another skip by Cardona on the forehand side. Let's see if Martell can pick up on that and try sending a few more balls that direction.
Big skip for Alex, a point for Jaime.
Nice reverse pinch. That is not an easy shot. Pulls it from his hip, throws his whole body into it. Flat rollout.
That's one of the trickiest things about watching racquetball at this high level. You think you can do it too, right? They make it look so easy.
They make it look incredibly easy, and I don't think there's an appreciation for how difficult it really is.
Right.
Forward Walker, the kite.
And that's one of the
Court
nice
number
things
6.
about watching Alex
We need a
play.
referee
He's
from
so
United States
comfortable. He has such a
60
natural
plus.
athletic ability,
Referee
and
for a 60 plus
racquetball
match.
just comes so naturally for him.
Howard Walker, the kite. Court number 6.
And you were talking earlier about Alex really using shot selection, and it's not all about power. And that's one of the things that has been really nice watching Cardona's career develop over the last year and a half, is seeing him really start to develop that kind of toolkit, because he is known for his power. But to be able to use those different shots and slow down speed and really control some of the tempo, it makes him keeps him at number 1 for sure.
Yeah, you've got to have more tools in your bag to be a top pro, and he's definitely exhibiting that.
Yeah, that's like the second time now that he's definitely, Jaime misread Alex and caught him going the other way.
And the nice thing about that shot is Alex actually just waited a split second before he shot it, waiting for Jaime to move. He takes his first step, realizes it, and then sends it to the other direction, wrong-footing him. Really smart play.
Nice return from Jaime, getting some love from the crowd.
Trying to pick on his forehand. That's not going to work.
Didn't work out.
Would have been beautiful. Just slightly off.
Jaime makes really nice dives, though. Like he goes for like a dive kill shot. It's not just a save. There's a little more behind it.
At this level, diving for the ball is not enough. You've got to do something with the ball. Otherwise, the rally will be over soon thereafter.
Nice shot selection from Jaime Martell. Get from Cardona.
That's the best rally we've seen so far. Really great get by Cardona. A couple shots later, nice setup off the back wall. Jaime puts it down in the front right corner.
Now, Cardona and Martell have matched up 4 times in 2015. It was 3 quarterfinal appearances, 1 semifinal appearance just in November at the San Diego Open. So the first time these two are meeting up in the finals. So interesting to kind of see how that progresses as well, which I think really speaks to Jaime Martell's improvement over the last year.
You can almost feel the momentum starting to shift. Now Martell's getting in the box a little bit more. A little bit more energy. Let's see if he can do something with it. Nice little change up there, maybe a little luck. Ball comes off the center. Cardona makes a quick spin. A little too much.
Nice.
And there you go, 2 quick points.
Yeah, talk about how quick that momentum can change.
Yeah, and if you notice, all he did was change his serve up just a little bit, capitalizing on moving Cardona around in a different position than he's normally used to, and sometimes that's all it takes. You get an opponent in a really good comfort level, and the hard part is moving them out of that comfort level. And I think a lot of times players are just trying to focus on what they're good at rather than trying to focus on what their opponent is not good at. And when you can hone in on that, that's where swings can really take place. And that's what we're seeing right now.
I think that's a really good insight, especially for those other racquetball players that are watching, you know, at home. That is something very important to capitalize on. And it's knowing your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, because you certainly don't want to play to their strength as well.
No doubt about it. And if your strength happens to be their strength, then you've got to change it up a little bit. You have to be a dynamic player. at this level, it's not enough to hit great shots.
Right.
You've got to strategically put the ball in a position that puts pressure on your opponent and then capitalize. Beautiful hands right there. Ball coming right back at him. Super quick. Just getting his racket out. Sidewall, front wall, touch shot. Beautiful.
Ref's calling that a good serve. Jaime's going to call it short. That nice sportsmanship that we
Well, this
see.
looks like this was overruled.
Really?
These line judges?
Jaime had a nice run there in the service box, and now Alex Cardona siding him out.
Well, and Cardona's going to take his time here. He knows he's losing a little of this momentum. He's taking his time. He's cleaning his glasses. These are great pro tricks.
Right. How to slow it down and take back some control.
Absolutely. You know, back in the day, we used to do 5-minute towel wipe-ups of the court.
Yeah. Oh, we've seen that for sure. I'm sure we'll start to see that as we get into game 2, right?
You know, sometimes when you need that breather, you might be out of timeout.
Court number 3.
A handy tool.
Yeah, right.
Amir Shaikh, court number 3.
Ace serve from Alex Cardona.
Yeah, Martell just getting a taste of his own medicine from the one earlier.
Kind of answering back with another ace.
That's the beauty about these courts. The concrete plays really fast, but it also hits cracks and does things a little bit funny. That one just popped out. Couldn't quite get it. Nice get.
Dive.
Beautiful. Pretending as though the rally is already over. Steps back, puts his racket out, puts it in the front wall. That's beautiful. But what a get by Jaime Martell.
Incredible. Big dive. 13-7. Alex Cardona now with a good position to potentially close out game 1.
Nice shot.
Great shot selection from Alex. This will be game point now for Alex Cardona. Alex Cardona tied with Polo Gutierrez for the most WRT titles. Both of them have 9.
Nice change up. He's got to keep that ball off the back wall. Looks like Jaime is going to take a timeout here and try and get back in this game.
Which means we're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsors who make this event possible. We'll be right back with more from the 2016 Longhorn Open. And we're back live at the 2016 Longhorn Open, where of course we'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors for making this event possible, including the title sponsor of the Longhorn Open, Gearbox Racquetball. They have the latest and greatest in gearbox and racquetball products. And actually both Jaime Martell and Alex Cardona, the two finalists here today, are sponsored by Gearbox. If you want to check out some of the gear that they're wearing and the rackets they're playing with, go to gearboxrb.com. Jaime Martell calling that timeout as he steps into the service box, and he's actually, traditionally he calls the timeout when he steps into the service box. I feel like you don't see that too often. Most players that I watch on the WRT call the timeout when they're not in the service box, so kind of an interesting different strategy.
But I like it because it gives him an opportunity to really determine which serve is going to be the most impactful. This is the only opportunity to score points. You've got to have a huge impact. Taking a timeout, determining what you're going to do, smart.
And look at that, he can capitalize on it for the point.
Absolutely. Comes in, scores the point, and it makes a difference.
And a skip from Cardona. There's two in a row after that timeout for Jaime Martell. Jaime is no stranger to being down at feeling that pressure when his opponent has 14. We've seen him against Jake Bredenbeck with that. And an ace serve for Jaime. Now with 10. And we saw Alex have some trouble at 14 last night as well in his semifinal against Chase Robinson. We'll see what Jaime can do against him. Wow,
Beautiful
big
shot
setup
off the
for
back
Jaime.
wall. Yeah, Cardona, look for Cardona to slow things down now.
Yeah, speaking of it, he's going to go
There
ahead
it
and take a
is.
timeout.
That makes sense.
We'll be right back in just a few moments with more from the 2016 Longhorn Open. And we're back live at the 2016 Longhorn Open Men's Final. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me on the mic is our tournament director and the creator of the Longhorn Open, Solly Kaur. Solly, what are your thoughts so far on this finals match? 11-14.
You know, I like what we're seeing. We're seeing some great rallies. We're seeing great composure from both players trying to control tempo and momentum. I want to see some of those shots crisp up a little bit. They're leaving the ball a little bit high. But overall, I'm excited. This is some really great racquetball.
Good timeout for Alex, getting the side out that he wants. And now with a second opportunity to close out game one. Oh,
That's a really tough shot that Jaime Martell hit. That ball is riding the front wall. He's just barely getting a racket on and is able to pull it down the line.
looks like Jaime's going to give him the replay. I don't think the ref was going to at first.
That's the sportsmanship that I was talking about, and he's doing that at 14-11.
Right. That's huge.
That is absolutely huge. You will not see that in most any sport.
Just keeping it real on the WRT here. Now, what is Alex looking for there? He's saying that Jaime was in the way.
It's basically the ball's coming very close to his body. It's impairing his ability to view the ball so that he has the opportunity to strike it the way that he wants. Now, it's marginal at this level. Most of it will actually play. But you really want the opportunity to really step in and hit the ball. And if something's marginal, you're always going to turn and ask the ref for it. In this case, he's not going to get it.
Yeah, and he's not going to get the replay. It looks like Jaime's not in agreement and going to give him that either.
Well, I gave him one earlier.
Yeah,
Getting two in a row is a
yeah.
whole lot to ask.
He said you got one, and now he's going to take a timeout. Well, with Jaime's timeout, we're going to hear from our sponsors who make this event possible. We'll be back with more at the WRT Live.
That hamster boy sucks.
Yeah.
He hasn't even scored a point yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have a chance with that racket.
Oh, come on, you can get that.
No, you can't.
We gotta get him a gearbox racket.
Maybe we should shave it.
I don't think it's gonna like getting shaved.
Yeah, but then it'll go faster.
Yeah.
Impressive, you know? It's
We're back live at the finals of the Longhorn Open.
making such a great comeback. Sometimes it's the easiest shots that become the hardest.
Right.
Guarantee you he's going to be thinking about that on this next return of serve.
Let's see, it's the third game point for Alex Cardona.
And there it is with an ace serve to the left side.
15-12, Alex Cardona taking game one over Jaime Martell. We'll be right back with more of the Longhorn Open finals and game two in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. And we're back live for the top of Game 2 of the Longhorn Open men's final. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and joining me on the broadcast today is Tournament Director Sully Kaur. Jaime Martell making a great comeback in Game 1. Let's see if he takes that momentum into Game 2 right here.
Yeah, he's definitely cleaned up a few things at the end of that game. I think we're in for a good second game here. Once again, Jaime just making that move a little too soon, giving Cardona the opportunity to see it and just send it the other direction. Beautiful cross court. Now those wide angle cross courts are really effective on this court just because of the speed of the concrete walls. In that case, catches a little bit of a crack, even better. Wow, from his knees. Not only gets it, but just flat out rolls it.
Still 0-0 in Game 2. Yeah, so far Game 2 starting out pretty even right now.
I think to some level, both these players are still trying to feel each other out, trying to figure out what works.
Nice get by Jaime. Wow. Great rally. Nice hands. Oh, wow. Keeping it alive. Oh, no. What an incredible
an amazing
rally.
And we're going to end it on a hinder?
Let's do that again. Great rally.
Alex is really upset here. He feels he's got the right position, set up for a kill. He wants that avoidable hinder. But in this situation, he just didn't get it.
Wow. Now this is where we might want that 5-minute sweat towel. Bring out the towel. Let's take a breather.
And wipe up the court.
Gets another
and
hinder.
He wants it again and gets it that time. Once again, the ball's coming so close to Martell's body that Cardona just doesn't have the opportunity to see it. He has to have a fair chance to see the ball in order to shoot it. And in that case, ref made the right call. Screen hinder, play it again.
Oh, I thought I saw a skip. An incredible amount of effort already exerted in Game 2, and it's only 0 serving 1.
You gotta love it. I want to see more rallies like the one that we saw before.
Now, Alex normally very cool and collected on the court. He's really not in agreement with the ref so far in this match. And
Yeah,
it's
in this
just
situation, he appeals the call. Both line judges agree with the referee, and he loses the challenge. He's getting frustrated, but he has to understand that if 3 people are agreeing, it is what it is. Move forward and play ball. Looking back at the ref to just say, hey.
You can bring a little sass, right?
There you go. You know, in situations like this, you got to give the ref a little bit of that. Just so that maybe when that next close call, he might go in your favor.
Right. Ref's calling it good.
Wow, I'm going to have to disagree with that. Ref called it a good shot. Both the line judges agreed with the referee. But I saw that ball skip at the front wall. It was a sidewall front wall, and it looked like it hit the sidewall, skipped, and then hit the front wall. But at this pace, with these walls, that's tough. Nice get.
Wow.
Doesn't matter, though. Cardona, center court shot, puts it down.
And Jaime dives all over the place, picks up a lot of balls. It's got to be a lot of bruises, too.
You know, when that adrenaline is running and you hit that floor, it's amazing how fast you can get up. And it's almost as though it didn't even happen, especially at this age.
Yeah, that's true. They can recover much quicker. Cardona really kind of finding a rhythm now after that little ref debacle, won the last couple points.
He's showing a lot of maturity. Too many times players let the referee get in their head. They feel they should have gotten a call that they didn't get, and it really affects the following points. At some point, you got to understand this game is too close, too fast. Calls are not always going to go your way. You got to pull it together and play on.
Yep, and I think Alex is doing a great job of that. And still keeping a smile on his face, too.
Gotta love it. Beautiful shot off the back wall.
Looks like Jaime's going to take a timeout as he steps into the service box. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back with more from the Longhorn Open after this. We're back live in Game 2 of the Longhorn Open Finals, where Jaime Martell has stepped into the service box. He's calling that timeout after Alex Cardona getting a couple points in a row and really starting to find his rhythm out there in Game 2. Now you like the strategy, Solly, behind calling the timeout in the service box. You said it gives you time to kind of think about your serve and what you're going to do against your opponent. Let's see how Martell uses that to his advantage right here. Big skip for Alex.
Jody Morris, Eduardo Munoz, court number 4.
You know, he almost looked like he would have had that. I don't know why he kind of held up on the dive.
Little hesitation there. I think the ball didn't come out quite the way that he thought it would. At the last minute, he realized he could have gotten it, but didn't take that good first step, and before you know it, the
was
ball's
off.
down.
We need a ref for a men's
That's the
singles
right
50
choice by
plus,
Jaime to
a
take that
ref
ball
for
early.
men's
He has another
singles
opportunity
50
to let
plus.
that ball come off the back wall, but unfortunately, that gives Cardona an opportunity to get his feet set. He's trying to get Cardona off balance, taking that shot early. Right decision, but you got to hit the front wall.
Yeah, because if Alex has his feet set, it's over.
And there it is. I feel like that's one of Cardona's patented shots, and we haven't seen a whole lot of it. He's hit it a couple times, left it up. It looks like he's now starting to dial it in. If he dials it in anymore, Martell could be in real trouble.
Yeah. Great get from Alex.
Beautiful rally.
And I think one of the keys there in that rally, especially for Jaime, is really keeping Cardona moving around the court.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have to do that if he wants a chance at getting the setups that allow him to really put the ball down. And just can't capitalize on that back wall opportunities. Those hurt. They get in your head. You got a center court shot. The ball's coming off the back wall. That's bread and butter right there. When you don't put those down, it can be really frustrating.
And you can see that in Jaime's body language, how he was talking to himself. Let's see if he can push past it and kind of use that 10 seconds that Alex uses to get his serve set to get that out of his head.
Yeah, and almost same situation there. Cardona really probably could have gotten that ball, that slight little hesitation, just enough to not allow him to be there. Beautiful serve. He's been trying that. He hasn't been very successful with it. They've all been short, but that one crossed the line. Looks like it appeals, and that call will stand.
Alex thinking it was short. Call stands.
And why not? Let's try for it one more time.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, that one falls in just a little short.
Oh, wow. He really just scooped that one up.
Yeah, bad choice there by Martell.
Yeah, he was doing a good job of keeping Alex moving corner to corner.
You've got the shot. Cardona comes into center court ready to retrieve, and you hit a pinch shot that brings the ball right back into center court. All he has to do is put that ball to the left down the line, and that's a rally won.
Ponyboy Bernal, Ashton Akins, court number 7. Ponyboy Bernal, Ashton Akins, court number 7.
I mentioned earlier these two have matched up 4 times before. They met twice in San Diego last year. Then they met in the quarterfinals of the Columbia Open. And they also met in the quarterfinals of the Suncoast Open in September. So it's their first finals appearance here at the Longhorn Open. Nice get.
After what I'm seeing here, I think this is going to be the first finals of many.
Yeah, right. And that's what we've started to see from Jaime. He made 2 finals appearances at the last 2 WRT events. Now he opens the season at the Longhorn Open with the finals and really speaks to his growth over the last year. And Alex, #1 player on the WRT, very familiar with finals appearances with 9 titles under his belt.
So that's a screen serve. Ball's coming just a little bit too close to Martell's body for Cardona to be able to see it and shoot.
Wow.
That's a statement ball right there. Cardona says, you know what? I'm not messing around anymore.
Javier Posadas, John Gonzaba, court number 5. Javier Posadas, John Gonzaba, court number 5.
It's nice to hear the crowd reaction too, and to be able to provide this level of racquetball for everyone to come out and watch. And with over 326 participants at the event, it's nice to be able to float around and see all the different divisions and then come here to the main court and watch some really great high-level professional racquetball. Cardona turned something on with that last hit, getting back into the service box.
It really was a statement shot. I think he was getting a little frustrated. Wants to show Martell, hey, listen, this is not going to be easy, buddy. There it is, dialed it in. He knows it. He acknowledges it with a fist pump.
Jaime knows it too. He's going to call a timeout and see if he can throw Cardona off his newfound rhythm. We'll be right back with more of the Longhorn Open. We're back in the finals of the Longhorn Open, where Jaime Martell calling that timeout as Alex Cardona starting to run away with game 2, really finding his groove out there. He's had a little more display of emotion than we usually see from Alex Cardona. He's doing a lot of communicating with the referee, but still keeping his cool out there.
Looked like it was bothering him there for a while. But what's impressive is that he didn't let it get to him. He makes his challenge. He accepts the call. He moves on. Great sign of a professional.
Yeah, he really does have a great attitude out on the court. Oh, that's tough.
That is tough, and he knows it too. His racket is on that ball. No real reason why he shouldn't be able to get that to the front wall.
Ooh. Big skip for Jaime. Just doesn't seem to have his positioning on that shot.
Those balls are tough. That ball is short. He's trying to short hop it off the side wall. And the timing on those have to be perfect. If you're just a little bit too early or just a little bit too late, you're going to see exactly what you just saw, which is a skip ball. Wow. Beautiful get by Martell, putting it to the ceiling. Unfortunately, comes just enough off the back wall for Cardona to have a beautiful setup, splats it out in the front right corner.
And Cardona really just dominating now in game 2. Up 13-3. Kind of ran away with it there from 7 points. Nice get, keeping it alive.
Wow.
Another big rally.
And that wraparound shot proved to be a little bit too much for him. Sometimes when you have to move your feet in a different direction to turn around and wrap around the court in order to shoot the ball, it's really tough to get a good solid racket on the ball and hit a good shot. And in that case, put it right in the floor.
Point for Jaime.
Shuttle is at Gregory. If anyone needs to ride to the rec center, shuttle is at Gregory.
Wow. Rallies are getting longer and longer, and Alex still frustrated with the ref.
He wants that short serve, but it's just not short. It crosses.
13-34.
Well, it's not an easy job to be a ref, that's for sure.
No doubt. That ball is moving so fast.
Yeah.
The eyes can only see so much. And also, you've got the different perspective of things. You know, these players are right down there on the court. Referees elevated a little bit, so the difference in angle can really be the difference.
When he picks it up.
Riveros, Ordóñez, please pass. Riveros,
Beautiful
Ordóñez, please
shot.
stop by tournament desk. Riveros, Ordóñez.
Oh, that beautiful shot means it's also match point now for Alex Cardona.
J.C. Samudio, please stop by tournament desk. J.C. Samudio.
Wow.
And a big skip. That's going to end the match, meaning Alex Cardona wins game 2 15-4, winning game 1 15-12, making him the 2016 Longhorn Open champion. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT. I'd like to thank Solicor for not only hosting the event, but for joining me on the broadcast. It's been a pleasure. Any final thoughts you want to throw out to the audience before we sign off for the event?
Nah, this has been just a really great time. We drew in 325 participants from all over the nation. Everybody had a great time this weekend. We raised money for the UT Racquetball Club to support racquetball, to go to Intercollegiate Nationals, expense-free. We couldn't ask for anything more. My only thought process is, when is registration going to close next year?
Right. So for those of you at home, make sure you mark your calendars and start making some plans to head out to Austin, Texas next year for the 2017 Longhorn Open. Because again, all the proceeds go to the UT Racquetball, so you're helping get these students out to the U.S. Intercollegiates. And it's a great way to help grow the sport, which is certainly what we support here on the WRT. I'm Laura McCormick, going to sign off, and we'll see you all in February for the Mount Rainier Open. If you want to check out the worldracquetballtour.com, you can find out more details about our upcoming events. Thank you, and we'll see you next time with the WRT.